Econometrician talks cost of living and what the latest data suggests. Republic Day March among host of activities scheduled for Republic Day. Assemblyman vows to continue meeting his constituents despite challenges. And TKR wins CPL 2025. Good evening, I'm Jewel Green George. Welcome to Tobago Updates Television News for Monday 22nd September 2025. Now to our top story. The Central Statistical Office released its latest figures on cost of living, showing a slight decrease in the headline inflation rate for August. But is the average household really feeling the relief at the grocery store? More in this report. The Central Statistical Office has reported an inflation rate of 1.4% for August, down from 1.5% in July. We asked econometrician Dr. Vanus James what this really means.
But what we need to pay attention to here is that our local economy has been struggling. Oil prices have been down, gas prices have been down, the energy sector has been down, and that has spilled over into the rest of the economy. So overall GDP has fallen substantially in 2025 and is continuing to go down. And that's what fuels the overall rise in inflation from 2024 to now.
Dr. James noted the 0.1% dip is a normal fluctuation, but still offers slight relief from price pressures. For ordinary citizens, though, the real test is the cost of goods in their shopping basket.
That's general inflation, what we call headline inflation, covering all goods and services. But the thing that you feel when you go to the supermarket, but what most households tend to feel therefore, is the food inflation. And that wasn't looking as rosy.
Inflation has eased overall, but prices for food and non-alcoholic beverages continue to rise year on year, keeping daily necessities a major concern for families.
What happened to oil and gas prices a little ways back was the result of, say, the Ukraine war. Oil prices spiked in 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine. But since then, they've been coming down as a number of changes have taken place in the, especially America's expansion of its supplies, of its production of crude, and to some extent the moderation of demand that goes along with concerns about climate change.
So while the headline figure provides a measure of overall economic health for the average family, the challenge of affording food remains at the forefront. As the economic outlook for the remainder of the year is shaped, all eyes will be on the supermarket shelves to see if these small gains will translate into real-world relief. For Tobago Updates Television News, I'm Jewel Green George. Every day, we bring you closer to the issues that matter most. Tonight, we're introducing our interactive Facebook poll segment, sharing the latest results from the questions we've asked. Today, we asked, has the cost of living in Tobago improved, worsened, or remained the same? On Facebook, 9 people voted that it has improved. 85 people voted that it worsened, and 8 people voted that it remained the same. On Instagram, only 1 voter said things had improved, while 36 people voted that the cost of living on the island has worsened, with 7 people voting that it remained the same. When combined, 83% of the voters think the cost of living in Tobago has worsened. 7% think it has improved, while 10% believe it has remained the same. Remember, your voice counts too. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. Now to this. Despite confusion rippling across Tobago after a social media post from the Office of the Prime Minister's Central Administrative Services late last week falsely suggested that Tobago's Republic Day events hosted by the central government had been cancelled. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, addressing the House of Representatives, firmly clarified that no such cancellation had occurred and reassured citizens that preparations for the celebrations remained on track. Tobago is now set to mark the nation's 49th Republic Day on Wednesday with a vibrant slate of events centered in Roxborough. The day's highlight is the traditional Republic Day route march, stepping off at 9 a.m. from Lamy Road, Argyle, moving through the streets of Roxborough up to Prince Street, and concluding at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex car park. Organized by the Central Administrative Services Tobago, the march will feature uniformed groups, schools, community organizations, and marching bands, showcasing Tobago's pride and discipline. Other activities hosted by the Tobago House of Assembly include a 6 a.m. 3K and 5K run along with cycling and aerobic sessions to promote fitness and community spirit. The celebrations continue with a cultural procession spotlighting Tobago's rich heritage, music, and traditions. The festivities will culminate with a fireworks display at 8:30 p.m. along the Roxborough waterfront. A major financial transaction by a state-owned enterprise is drawing attention to NGC payments to the government, which the opposition has cited as a distraction from its own concerns. Many in the arts and culture community are questioning recent funding cuts and the prioritization of certain areas. Into the National Treasury has been confirmed in the House of Representatives. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar revealed that the National Gas Company paid a special dividend of over $334 million to the government of Trinidad and Tobago on June 27, 2025.
$334,442,153, which was paid on the 27th of June 2025. That was a special dividend payment to the government. The proceeds of that payment was payment of a loan by TNDEC to NGC.
The Prime Minister clarified that the funds originated from a loan repayment within the NGC corporate group with a subsidiary, Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited, repaying a loan to NGC. As per the loan agreement, NGC retained a percentage and the majority was remitted to the government.
NGC retained 20% and paid 80% to the government as per the loan agreement. No dividend was requested to fund any deficit.
This substantial financial boost has raised questions, particularly in light of NGC's recent withdrawal of support from key cultural events. In Tobago, the decision to defund the popular Steel Explosion event, a cornerstone of Tobago Carnival, has been met with disappointment and logistical challenges for organizers. Similarly, the acclaimed Bocas Lit Fest has been left without its main sponsor, ending more than decade-long partnership that provided an estimated $1 million in annual funding. The move has been a blow to the nation's literary arts community. The opposition has seized on the timing, with one member in a pointed interjection suggesting the government's focus on this transaction is a distraction from other financial controversies.
What about EMBD? $200 million. $200 million. $17 million pales in comparison.
As the government celebrates a fresh injection of revenue, a wider public debate is unfolding over its spending priorities. The public is left to wonder if the country's cultural and creative industries, particularly those in Tobago, will see a renewed commitment from the state. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News. We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
I send in a big, 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 big dirty bun for you. Better than them. And I have a big, 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 big dirty bun for you. So you better door run. Come on, fun, Mr. Door run. Good morning, Bacchanal. How do you do? It's very critical. Talk to you. But it's a long road I'm going on. And I need somebody to my life. I stay strong. Bless me with Juve. Carnival is my time.
Rise and shine, Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here.
When you wrong, tell you you's a big dancer.
It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive cooler party that kicks off your carnival in style.
We come to take shots. She come to take shots.
Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched.
Miss Ocean.
This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant and Lawn, Signature Cuts, IslandEtickets.com, and committee members. Don't miss the event where Tobago Carnival truly begins. Sun Up Tobago. Come for the breakfast, stay for the vibe.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome back. Caribbean Airlines and Air Caribbean are pleased to announce a new codeshare agreement offering expanded travel across the Caribbean. Under this partnership, passengers from any Caribbean Airlines destination can connect seamlessly to Air Caribbean's flights via Martinique or Guadeloupe for onward travel to Paris or Orly Airport, France. The agreement ensures a convenient travel experience with a single itinerary through check-in and a streamlined baggage handling on flights operated by both carriers. This collaboration strengthens connectivity between the Caribbean and France, providing travelers with greater flexibility, comfort, and ease, whether for business or leisure trips. Assemblyman Kelvon Morris of Darrell Spring Wim stays connected with his community through weekly walkabouts, engaging residents, addressing concerns, and showing his commitment to development and representation. Morris shares with Tobago Updates exactly how he maintains a presence in his constituency.
Assemblyman Kelvon Morris, representing the district of Darrell Spring Wim, conducts a weekly walkabout within his constituency. According to Morris, these visits are designed to engage with residents and provide assistance wherever possible.
Of course, we seek to do that once per week, but there are times when circumstances will basically prevent you from being unable to have a walk, and so you may have to postpone, etc. But what is clear is that we have been doing this from the very beginning of me being elected as a representative way back in 2021 when I was a representative for Blackrock Women's Spring Garden, and that continued.
He said, while some may view the walkabout as a political gimmick, especially with the elections approaching, Morris sets the record straight, urging residents to simply follow his social media page for an honest view of his community engagement.
In terms of my walks being seen as political gimmick, what I would say to those persons is this: you need to just simply check my social media and you would see that I, as a representative from day one, continued to walk and has never stopped walking my district. As a matter of fact, you can also do go around to the district and you would hear from the residents themselves that this area representative has been very consistent in ensuring there is presence.
He acknowledged that the role comes with challenges, as he is not part of the elected administration, but stated that he remains committed to representing the interests of his constituents.
Well, as I said, it's not easy as an elected representative who is not part of the administration to get things done. And without a doubt, because of my advocacy and the innovativeness in which we ensured that those issues were brought to the fore, and even finding alternative ways to get things done.
Despite challenges and criticism, Morris said he continues to meet with his residents, hear their concerns and advocate on their behalf. This is Alia Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Kelvon Morris, the minority leader in the THA, faces a constant balancing act. He is responsible for holding the majority accountable, while also advocating for the needs of his constituents, often with fewer resources and less influence. Every decision and question he raises comes under scrutiny, requiring persistence to ensure that his voice and the voices of the people he represents are heard.
With respect to the work of the minority leader and how it has been quite challenging, but at the same time rewarding. Rewarding in the sense that when you are able to advocate and you see the results of that advocacy and you hear the appreciation from the people who would have benefited, that really makes your work, gives it some purpose. And challenging because at the end of the day, I am and have been the lone PNM elected representative.
Despite these challenges, he finds unique satisfaction in knowing that even small victories can make a real difference in people's lives. His role demands persistence, diplomacy, and resilience as he works tirelessly to ensure his community's concerns are not overlooked, even when the odds are stacked against him. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Rise and shine, Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here.
When you wrong, tell you you's a big dancer.
It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive cooler party that kicks off your carnival in style.
We here to take shots. She come to take shots.
Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched. This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant and Lounge, Signature Cuts, IslandEtickets.com, and committee members. Don't miss the event where Tobago Carnival truly begins. Sun Up Tobago. Come for the breakfast, stay for the vibe.
Skibidi bang bang. Yours truly be representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainment's Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Welcome back. A 54-year-old doubles vendor of Plymouth Road, Tobago, was robbed. According to reports, around 2 a.m. on Monday, 4 masked men, 2 armed with guns and 1 with a cutlass, stormed the kitchen while the businesswoman and 2 employees were preparing doubles. The men demanded money, tied up the businesswoman and 1 of her employees. They escaped with approximately $21,600 TT dollars, $100 US, a Samsung A30 cell phone, and a DVR unit after ransacking 2 bedrooms. The victims managed to free themselves and alert police. Police are continuing investigations. The official residence of the Prime Minister has become the subject of public debate, following a statement in the House of Representatives that the property remains in a deplorable state. This comes after the Prime Minister denied that any upgrades had taken place since her administration took office. That saw a question about the cost of recent upgrades. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar addressed the status of the Prime Minister's residence at La Fantasy Road in St. Anne's. The Prime Minister unequivocally stated that no official upgrades had been done and that she had not occupied the residence.
I state categorically, Mr. Speaker, there has been no official upgrade of the Prime Minister's residence. No upgrade of the Prime Minister's residence. The same remains in a deplorable state. It has not been occupied.
However, she confirmed a request had been made for a significant sum to be spent on the property by an official of the previous administration.
However, the controller at the residence, hired by the then PNM government, did make a request for the sum of $5 million to upgrade the residence in Trinidad and Tobago.
According to the Prime Minister, her government did not approve the expenditure, prioritizing other national needs.
As a responsible government, focused on fixing schools, hospitals, police stations, that was not a priority of my government at this time.
Historical records show that the Prime Minister's official residence and the adjacent diplomatic center, for instance, had a total construction cost of $148.1 million, with an additional $19.9 million approved for outfitting. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News. Now to a sporting item. The Tobago Knight Riders have been crowned the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League champions for a record 5th time, defeating the Guyana Amazon Warriors in a thrilling final at the Providence National Stadium. The Warriors, batting first after winning the toss, struggled to score freely and posted a modest total of 130 runs. It was a shaky start to the chase for TKR as they faced a late collapse, losing 3 crucial wickets in 5 deliveries, including that of their captain, Kyron Pollard, and star player, Andre Russell. But with the match on the line, local boy Akil Hussain stepped up, smashing a quick-fire 16 runs off just 7 balls to secure a 3-wicket victory for his team. His all-round performance, including a 2-wicket haul, earned him the Player of the Match award. The win marked a historic moment for TKR, making them only the 2nd team in CPL history to win the title after navigating the eliminator and semi-final stages. The weather report is up next.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
I'm sending a big tatty bun for you.
Better than them.
And I have a big tatty bun for you. So you better don't run. Come up on me, say don't run. Good morning, Bacchanal. How do you do? It's very critical. Talk to you, but it's a long road I'm going on. And I need somebody to me life, but stay strong. Bless me with you, Carnival is my time,
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight is expected to be generally fair despite a few spotty showers and the low chance of an odd thunderstorm mainly towards dawn. Tonight's temperature drops to 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, variably cloudy and breezy with occasional showers in some areas, and a low chance of a few heavier showers or isolated thunderstorms. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 32 degrees Celsius with a forecast low of 26 degrees Celsius and a heat index of 37 degrees Celsius. Seas slight with waves 1.0 to 1.5 in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:52 and the sunset is at 5:58. Headlines recap. And that's how we end this evening's news. Here's a recap of the headlines. Econometrician talks cost of living and what the latest data suggest. Republic Day March among host of activities scheduled for Republic Day. Assemblyman vows to continue meeting his constituents despite challenges, and TKR wins CPL 2025. I'm Jewel Green George. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.